really can't see. I have to have the chat log on my phone. Well, so I decided that I would make a little chat video today. Just don't have the mental fortitude today to get a full video set, so I thought we could at least spend some time. For anyone who sees this after, or anyone that ends up showing up, I'll be looking at that. Oh, looks like some people did show up. Oh, huh. Well, to everyone that's watching. So I had found a sorry, my Discord's letting me know that I've apparently uploaded a video. Close. Oh, someone left a thing of orange juice. So what I had thought that I would do, I like the idea of being interviewed and being asked questions and those kind of things. It's always something that I've enjoyed doing. Sorry, I gotta sit in my Jarl chair. Oh, it's comfortable. There we go. And so I found a really interesting quiz. There's 365 questions. I'm not going to go through all of those, but I'd go through some of them and just oh, the dog heard something. Anyway, go through those questions and see what kind of interesting stuff is on there. So let me get to it. This is called the Bucket List Journey. 365 deep and thought-provoking questions to ask yourself and others. Let's see. Alright, when was the last time you tried something new? Last time I tried something new. Well, there's a bunch of contexts when you can say that. And I've tried some new video games. I guess that's trying something new. I'd say the last big thing that I tried that was new is I've been growing my hair out, so I used a rice water treatment that the Yao women use. It's basically white rice that's washed, and to get all of the chemicals out of the white rice that's good for your hair, and the peel of either a grapefruit or pomelo fruit, and all that's cooked together for a certain amount of time. It's all drained, left to ferment for a week, and then you put it on your hair for a half hour and you wash it out. And I think that was the last big new thing that I had tried. And yeah, it works really well. It's a really cheap way of doing it. Basically, it's just a protein treatment for strengthening. But other than that, it's yeah, that was something interesting to try. So let's see. Oh, that's an ad. Let's see. Who do you sometimes compare yourself to? Oh man, who do I sometimes compare myself to? That's a really interesting one. I'm not sure who I would honestly compare myself to. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't really think of anyone that I directly compare myself to. Yeah, I actually don't have an answer for that one. That one's a hard one. What's the most sensible thing you've heard someone say? Ooh, that's a good one. That I would have to say would be, I think it's Alex from the Angry Joe show. And this isn't his quote, it's someone else's, but he didn't say who the quote was from. But it is, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I thought that was one of the coolest things that I had heard in recent memory. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Normally that's a pessimistic statement, but is what it is. Let's see. What's the next one? What gets you excited about life? And things are going to get depressing. I don't really have a bunch of excitement for life. I'd say the things that I look forward to now more. No, I just realized my window's open. Ah, you guys can see a dragon. That'll be something to talk around the dinner table about. I'd say the thing that I look forward to is trying new things. Doing the same thing over and over is really boring, so I like trying new things. Seeing what kind of new things, what kind of new things I can find. New food, new styles. What I'm really excited about, I guess right now, would be my hair. And I'm letting my hair grow out, and I've never been in a situation where that was okay to do. That's a whole nother issue. But I'm really that truly I'm excited about is being able to grow my hair out. That I'm really enjoying. Every 10 questions, I'll look through the chat and see if anyone has anything to say that would be interesting. All right, question number 5. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? Wow. What life lesson did you learn the hard way? I'd say the big lesson that I learned the hard way is that just because that you believe that someone's close to you, that in one moment all of that can change and all of that can go down the drain. I'd say that one was one that I learned the hard way. Basically, not to trust to the point where you're exposing yourself to harm, because someone will stick a dagger in that sensitive spot. Maybe not right away, but eventually. And that's really depressing and pessimistic, but is what it is. That's the life lesson I have learned the hard way, is be careful what inside yourself you decide to expose to other people. Yeah. Do you feel it built yet? Oh, let's see what's next. Let's see. Oh, whoops. That was rude. There's an ad, and the ad is put numbers where you're at, and it's like, that was a smart thing, because I only saw the number, and I was about ready to read it. About someone in my town hitting a jackpot. Nice try. Alright, what do you wish you spent more time doing 5 years ago? I wish that I had spent more time doing my artwork, more time painting and doing my dragon sculpting. I wish I had spent more time doing that, because I feel like I would be much better at it now and be able to make more extravagant kind of things. That's the only one that I can think of big time that I wish I had spent more time on, is doing that. And actually, hopefully thinking about that will motivate me to go forward in doing more art stuff. That's what I'd like to do. Do you ask enough questions, or do you settle for what you know? Oh my god, ask questions. Ask questions. Question everything. Challenge everything. Because when you challenge everything, it will either strengthen what you already know, or it'll give you a window to another possibility, another perspective you didn't have in the beginning. And I think that that's really important. That if you just sit in what's comfortable for you and never take on anything from the outside, I mean, how closed-minded will you become then? So I think it's important. It's important to ask lots of questions. But I can see where people would be uncomfortable asking questions, and they just kind of want to leave it at what they know because they don't want to appear foolish in front of someone else. I guess I can understand that. Let's see, question 8. Who do you love, and what are you doing about it? Who do I love? I'm assuming they're talking about that in a romantic way. I don't love anybody. And what am I doing about it? The most that I can feasibly do in this situation. That's all I have to say on that. I'm not going into any more depth on that. What's a belief that you hold which many people disagree with? A belief that I hold that many people disagree with. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I have a particular... Well, here's one. I don't believe dragons are evil. There you go. And I don't mean that from the perspective of someone who's dressed up in a dragon costume. But I mean, I don't believe that dragons are evil. And a lot of people... And I'm talking about people that I know. That there's a lot of people that I know that disagree with that. There's some people that don't. That think that it's totally fine. And I have my reasoning for why I don't believe that dragons are evil, but most of the connection that I have with other people is a religious community that I'm not very much a part of, so I'm kind of a loner as of right now. But a lot of people in this group really believe that they are evil, and I'm pretty vocal on how I disagree with that, and I have reasons for it, and when I explain those reasons, most people just get offended. But I don't care. This is what it is. And if they saw me in this, I'd probably get in trouble. At least by some of them. Okay, so let's go on to number 10. Okay, what can you do today that you were not capable of a year ago? Here's another one that's going to be depressing. I can look in the mirror and like who I see. Couldn't do that last year. Absolutely could not do that last year. But now I can look in the mirror and see that it's not a chameleon trying to change colors to fit in with what's around him. I'm 31 years old and I'm finally starting to discover who I am and really like who I am. And that took a long time. Because throughout my life I was told that you need to be this, or you need to be this, or you need to be this, or worse yet, you need to be all three. And you do that enough times, you kind of forget who you are. So that's, last year I couldn't say that I was comfortable in doing that, and I am now. So that's a good thing. Alright, that was our first 10 questions. Oh, whoa. Definitely got that. I wish they were real. Doug Lewis, you and I both. I wish they were real too. Especially dragons are not evil, and I think they're cute as hell. Nice double up on there. I like that. Let's see. Just got here. Sorry I'm late. Oh, cat dragon. Well, you're not late. I didn't tell anybody about this. I decided just to spring it on because I couldn't record a video today. Though those of you that have depression and anxiety, you'll understand what I mean when I say I just couldn't do it. So I decided to do a live stream. It's a little bit easier just to pop on a live stream, but I don't want it to make you guys feel like I'm just taking an easy cut or something. Oh, you wish you had my Five Nights at Freddy's shirt. Yeah, I like Five Nights at Freddy's. I have boxy stuff over. Oh no, it's in my back room, in my game room. I have a little Foxy, one of those pop figurines. I have one of Foxy. Wish I had all of them. That's what I wish. But I like Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh my god, it's gone bad. The milk's gone bad. That was funny. I like that. Alright, back to the questions. Number 11. I'm opening up my window. Getting toasty. Listen, you. Open. Obey me. Thank you. See, now that wasn't hard now, was it? There. Told I'd get it eventually. Will not win. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, number 11. Do you see crying as a sign of weakness or strength? I think it depends on the context. Because I think more often than not, crying is a strength, especially because it's hard to show your emotions. And I think the hardest one is crying around yourself and being honest with the emotions you have yourself. I think that's the hardest. So I do view crying as a strength. I think it's an emotional release, and being able to do that in front of someone that you care about, or in front of yourself is more strengthening to you and the other person. I think it's a rather intimate thing to cry in front of somebody. So, or even in front of yourself. I think that's an intimate healing thing. That's just how I feel about it. I can see some people, of course I'm more of that emotional kind of person anyway, but I think some people would just be, it's a bunch of waste. Buck up, cowboy up, stop crying. I don't know, I disagree. Alright, number 12. What would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you? Let's see, what would I do differently? Let's see. Well, to be honest, it's what I'm doing now. Growing my hair out, being me, being authentically me without crossing over my own morals. Yeah, that's some of these are getting real deep, and that also goes into that question about what you couldn't do a year ago. I couldn't do that because of the judgment that I was receiving, and that judgment has not stopped. It's only increased, but I'm more comfortable enough with myself to where that judgment just kind of bounces off. Some of them hit hard depending on who it's coming from, but a lot of those don't do as much damage as I thought they were going to. So that's a good thing. Let's see. Number 13. Do you celebrate the things you do have? Do I celebrate the things I do have? I think I do. We all have good days and bad days where you pine after the thing that means more to you than anything, and you don't have it. But I think on the whole, I tried to be happy with what I have. I think I'm in a decent place. I don't think I'm certainly not a Rockefeller, but I'm not sleeping in a cardboard box. So I think I'm doing pretty well, and I'm pretty appreciative of that. I have a close family of, there's only maybe 3 or 4 of us, but we're pretty close, and I think that's I'm very appreciative of that, definitely. Because a lot of people don't have that. So yeah, that's something I'm happy about. Let's see, number 14. What is the difference between living and existing? Oh, that's a good one. Existing, to me, is being a blade of grass. That is existing. You're a carbon copy of millions of blades that are next to you. You can't really be differentiated between the two, or between any of them. You're just kind of in there. You kind of just exist. You're just there. You don't do anything. You just kind of blend in with the hustle and bustle of the crowd. You're just another antelope in the herd. That's what I think of when I think of existing. Living, I think, is when you're going after and discovering what it means to be you, whatever that means to each individual person. That's what I think living is being able to look in the mirror and go, I know who you are. I think that is living. Hope that doesn't sound too cheesy. This is going to be very cheesy. Because I'm pretty, I can be pretty cheesy sometimes. And these are all, I'm saying exactly how I feel about it authentically. This is what the LittleDerg feel and believe. Ooh, I got an itch. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. Number 15. If not now, then I don't know what that's supposed to mean. If not now, then when? Don't really understand that question. I don't have context to it. Let's see. Have you done anything lately worth remembering? Have I done anything lately worth remembering? I wouldn't think so. I don't think I did anything that was specifically or, noteworthy of any kind. I don't think so. Not particularly. What does your joy look like today? What does your joy look like? I don't know how to answer that question either. What does my joy look like? I don't know. When I'm joyful, now that I'm older and I'm bitter and cynical, when I'm joyful about something, I keep most of that in here. I more now than ever, I try to not wear my feelings on my sleeves, unless I'm in front of the camera. I feel pretty open in front of the camera, which is ironic because I'm talking to more people than I ever would normally. But I feel pretty open about that. So take that for it as you will. Let's see. This is number 18? Is it possible to live without saying a word? For me, no, because I think communication is absolutely imperative. Because if you take someone and put them in true solitary confinement and leave them there for a long, extended period of time, you start to lose your mental faculties. I think that communication is extremely important, and it's extremely lacking, even more during what's all going on right now. And actually, as I'm doing these, put your answers in the comments. So every 10 questions, I'd like to go through and see what some of you guys have to say. If you had a friend who spoke to you in the same way that you sometimes speak to yourself, how long would you allow this person to be your friend? I think we would get along. I think we would have spats and those kind of things just like anyone else. But I think better of myself definitely as I've gotten older, and the big one is being authentically myself without trying to pretend to be anybody else. That's when I would have been like, we would not have been friends, because I would have been angry every time I looked at this person. But you don't even know who you are. You're just trying to camouflage yourself to be what everyone else wants you to be, and that I have a problem with. I always have, and I always will. And I do not think that individuality is a sin. Okay, and our second set, number 20. What activities make you lose track of time? Ooh, that's a good one. What activities make you lose track of time? Well, playing games, obviously. That's an easy one. Oddly enough, making videos. Making videos is enjoyable enough to where I lose track of time and how long I've been recording. That's why a lot of my ASMRs are between 20 and 30 minutes. Because it's easy just to keep going. Especially when you know what you want your video to look like and those kind of things. Those things I certainly do. I haven't done this in a long time, but I'm practicing my yo-yo, doing the yo-yo tricks. Those I lose track of time with. The rope dart. I should make a rope dart video at some point, so you guys can see what a rope dart is and how to use it. I don't use a metal rope dart. I did that once and I almost broke my hands. You'll see why if I make that video. Let me know if you guys want to see that video. I could like to do a little rope dart video. That would be kind of fun now, actually, when things start warming up, because it's kind of chilly out there at the moment. So, alright, so that was our second set. So let's see. Uh-oh. Shadow Realm, you booped me again. How dare you boop me? I've been booped. Alex saying hi. Hello to you, Alex. Hunter Max, what's 9 plus 10? 21. Denise. Reese. Oh, Reese. Sorry, I can't see very well. I'm blind. I don't have my glasses. Ooh, I should get some oversized glasses. That would be kind of fun to have, actually. Thinking about it. Ooh. A protogen. Is it protogen? Or, like, it is protogen, right? That is how you pronounce that? You know, I actually purchased and adopted a protogen. I should put that up sometime. That'd be kind of cool. I like them. I think that they're neat. I think that they're really neat. Finally managed to be here on your stream. And it is Damien, right? Yeah, well, welcome, Damien. Enjoy. Enjoy the steam. The steam, it's like a stream, but instead of a stream, it's steam. Just wanted to say that I love your furry mask. I got one more for you. Watch this. It ain't a mask. It is a full head. What do you think? Do you like it better now that it's not a mask and it's a full head? What do you think? Yeah, see? Got ears. I have a boopable nose, as you see. Even have little tooths. See? I have little tooths. I have little fangies over here. Little fangies. Careful, I might bite you in the night. We have a Spanish speaker that does not speak English. Says hello. Hablan. I do not speak. I don't speak Spanish. I can only speak English. I can speak just a tiny little bit of Spanish, just enough to understand that you were asking if I think you were asking if I speak Spanish, and that you don't speak English. And I think so. I think so. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. Oh, I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. Okay. Alright, so that was going over the chat, so let's go back to our questions. 21. If you had to teach something, what would you teach? Oh, if I could teach anything, it would be art. Hands down, I would love to be an art teacher. That sounds fun and horrific at the same time. It'd be fun to work with like high school or junior high school kids and see, well, you wouldn't do that in high school, really. You'd have more dedicated stuff. But anyway, point is it would be fun to see those kids that shine in the art in the classroom, and they're doing different arts and crafts, and seeing their individual skills blossom. That would be a really rewarding experience to be able to see that. The hard part of that would be when you get your jock kids in there that are in there because they think it's an easy class and just want to hurry up and get the grade and move on. That would be hard. That would be hard, and that would be frustrating, especially when it means something to the teacher. But anyway, I think that would be fun. I've taught stuff before. I did it for a long time when I was just around the age of 18. I did teach martial arts, but I would much prefer to teach art, for sure. Let's see. What would you regret not fully doing, believing, or having in your life? Okay, well, let's start with the first part of that. What would you regret not fully doing? The biggest thing that I would have a regret of not fully doing is committing to being myself. That's what I would regret not doing. Now, not being, I mean, again, that's being yourself. That's kind of the same thing. And having in your life, my biggest regret for not having in your life, biggest regret, what I want in my life I don't have would be a significant other. That's an easy one. But, there's millions of other peoples that have a significant other, and it's not who they thought they were. So I guess everyone, how many people don't really want a romantic partner? So I guess it's kind of standard. I guess a lot of people think about that in the same way. All right, number 23. Are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? Probably. I would say anger and frustration over a particular situation with an ex-friend, but it's something that I won't let go because you have to apologize before something can be let go of. So, I mean, that's just how I work. If you stab me in the back and you apologize and you're really sorry for it, then it's like it never happened. But if you just stick it in my back and turn and walk away, I'm not just going to forgive that. That's not how that works. I mean, I think that's how most people would be. Unless you're playing a video game, then you forgive everybody. Alright, just jump. 24. Let's see. When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you the most? The people around me, hands down. It'll be the people that are still there with me at that age. Because I don't see very many people being there at that time. But life has a way of working things out. So it's not something I'll dwell on. Alright, number 25. When is it time to stop calculating risk and rewards and just do what you know is right? When is it time? Like, is there a time where you don't do what you know is right? Like, that's an interesting question. Like, I would find the person who posed that question to be interesting. Like, when is it time to stop calculating risk and rewards and just do the right thing? When is it the right time? Every time. Every time's the right time. Jeez, that's an interesting one. How old would you, let's see, totally messed that up. How old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Probably 21 or 22. That's about how I would if I didn't know my own age, minus things on me that make me look older than what I am, just based on how I act and all that, probably 20, 21, 22, probably. That's what I would say. That's kind of how I feel my age is, mentally anyway. Would you break the law to save a loved one? Oh, that's not even a question, of course. I'd go to prison to save someone I love. That's easy. That's a super easy one. What makes you smile? What makes me smile? Roses make me smile. Puppies and kittens make me smile. Cute little dragons make me smile. So, flowers, baby animals, those kind of things. And the Three Stooges. They truly make me smile, even when I don't want to. So, yeah. Let's see. When it's all said and done, what will you have said more, or will you have said more than you've done? Not sure what it means by that. Will you have said more than you've done? In what respect? I don't know. That one, at least in my head, doesn't compute. I don't know what they're asking. my mind doesn't get that one. Alright, let's jump into the chat here. See what we got there. You'd like to see that. Oh, Plushy, you'd like to see the rope dart video? Yeah, that would be fun. You're gonna have to do that. Art in college. Oh, that's true. Yeah, when you're in college, they do more focused art stuff. Once upon a time I wanted to go to art college, but if you want to see entitled stuck-up rich kids, go to art school. That'll do it. Or just play Life is Strange. There you go. Play Life is Strange, and that's kind of how it is. In a way. Granted, it's high school, but you get it. Yeah, people like that. Like my shirt. Uh-oh. Did I biff something? Oh, there we go. My the chat didn't load. That was weird. It kind of didn't load. Okay. The Spanish speaker put something in. Let's see if I can figure out what it is. Okay. Let's just spell it out. Chat. Let's see. I'm not sure. Is this responding? Let's keep questioning about me responding, and I keep wanting to think one of the words is pregnant, but that's not what he's saying. I can't tell. Dang it. Oh, I wish I was better at speaking Spanish. Have I seen your meme dealer? Sure, his name's Clumsy. Look him up on YouTube. He's a good meme dealer. Let's see. Yeah, Shadow, I know you would. I know you would. Alright. Back to our questions. Number 30. You had the opportunity... Oh, I'm sorry, I got another itch. Give me just a second. Whoop. Dang, it's way up there. Got something stuck. There we go, that's better. Sorry, I had a hair tie on and that was putting pressure on my head and giving me a headache. Yeah, can't have headaches. Oh, so much better. Okay. Note to self, no hair ties. The answer to that is no. Okay, here we go. If you had the opportunity to get a message across to a large group of people, what would your message be? That it's okay to be you, and being you is all you will ever need to be, is to be actually you. That's what I'd say. If the average human lifespan was 40 years, how would you live your life differently? I wouldn't really change anything. There's not really anything I could change that I'm not doing. If there was truly something I thought I could do that I could reasonably change, I would do it. If I thought that I, could go to medical school reasonably, then I would do it. But the pipe dream of, well, if you want to go to medical school, then take the money and do it. Not that simple. Not when you actually get down and start looking at it. If you're someone that doesn't have, a trust fund or doesn't want to go into $500,000 in student loan debt, that's predatory. That will follow you everywhere you go and destroy your life. So, yeah. That's an answer. Okay. What do we all have in common besides our genes that makes us human? Well, our ability to feel. I think that is something that's different, being able to have emotion and feel that emotion and recognize that emotion in others. I think that's a something that binds us and makes us closer. I think so anyway. If you could choose one book as a mandatory read for all high school students, which book would you choose? Oh my god, that's a good one. Jeez, a book that was mandatory? Jeez. I know a book I would not make mandatory, Where the Red Fern Grows. That I would make that. I remember having to read that in high school or in grade school, and that was horrible. Absolutely horrifying. Let's see. A book that I would make everybody read. It would be something that would be designed to make you think. So something like Plato's Republic or something like that that's designed to make you think and take your own established knowledge, break it down, and examine each individual piece. That's what I would do. I wouldn't make it something just entertaining. I would want it to be something that makes a point, that makes you think, something that takes weeks to chew on. That's what I would do. Alright, what do we... Oh wait, I already did that one. Sorry, that had an ad and it pushed all the questions down. There we go. Would you rather have less work or more work you actually enjoy doing? Probably work that I enjoy doing. I'd like to do more work, but work that I actually enjoy, than doing less work altogether, because I don't like sitting around and just wasting away. Sitting around with nothing to do could be just as horrible as a boring job. So I'd like to do something that I'd like to have more work, but doing something that I enjoy. So that's what I would pick. What is important enough to go to war over? What is important enough to go to war over? See, that's if you're. I don't know if you're trying to talk about like abstract stuff, or if you're talking about like. My mind jumps to, are you talking about like what political situations makes it okay to go to war? Um, yeah, you're gonna have to ask someone more knowledgeable in those things than me, because I don't really know what nation should not can but should go to war over. A massive attack that kills thousands and thousands of people. I'd say that's a pretty good reason to go to war with somebody, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. Which is worse, failing or never trying? Depends. Depends on how you fail and who you fail in front of. um, but I would say when it comes to just general things, um, I think it's worse to not try. I think you should always try, because if you go in with the right mindset, you will learn something. You'll learn something, or there's always the possibility you'll succeed and not fail. But the fear of failure is a fear that learned, that someone has trained you. And a lot of people feel that it is the most stupid fear, is the fear of failure. When was the last time you listened to the sound of your own breathing? When I go to sleep, when I'm relaxing in bed. Then I listen to the sound of my own breath and the sound of my own heart. That's what I do when I go to bed. I don't know about anybody else. Let's see. What's something you know you do differently than most people? How about streaming? I think I do that a little bit differently than most streamers. Maybe just a little tiny bit. Oh God, man, I do so many things differently. I sit in chairs differently. I like to eat standing up and not sitting down. There's all kinds of things I do that are weird and bizarre. But I think that's better than just doing everything the way that other people think you should be doing them. That's just how I feel about it. 39. What does the American dream mean to you? I have no idea. I know what it's supposed to mean. But in this day and age, it's certainly not as easy as just with tenacity and with a go-get-em attitude, you can conquer the world. And it's like, yep, that is a 16-year-old's perspective of how the world works. And that 16-year-old would be battered and beaten by the world around him, and as it tries to beat you into submission and to conform to everything else. I'm kind of pessimistic. I didn't realize how pessimistic I was. Jeez. The thing about being a pessimist is that eventually I'm right. I will always be right, eventually. It's a very negative worldview, but is what it is. Let's just go on. Let's do some more. I'm just going to go for a little bit. Let's see. Would you rather be a worried genius or a joyful simpleton? Worried genius. Worried genius. Worried genius. I do not think that ignorance is bliss. I think ignorance is dangerous, because not only can it get you to the point where you do something that you don't want to do or shouldn't be doing, but if there's something bad that's about to happen, I would like to know. Like if, say, there was a nuclear missile that was dropping, and it's going to drop right here, and it's going to drop within the next 20 minutes. I would rather know I have 20 minutes to live than to just walk about thinking nothing was going to happen and not know. I'd rather know. But, this is also talking from someone that if you're going to take my blood, I have to watch you. I want to watch you stick the needle in my arm, take the blood out, and pull the needle out. I have to see it. If you make me turn where I can't see it, that's when I start having a freak out, because I can't see what's happening. So ignorance for me is not bliss. If you could instill one piece of advice in a newborn baby's mind, what advice would you give? Be careful who you trust. Be careful who you trust. What is the most desirable trait another person can possess? The most desirable trait. Someone who understands emotion. Someone who is empathetic. That's deeply empathetic. I'd say I think that's the best trait. I think for me, that's the most desirable trait that I look for in a partner, is someone that can do that. Hence why I'm still single. And have been. What are you most grateful for? The thing I'm most grateful for is my close family. That is what I am most grateful for, because without them, I would either be in a mental facility, in jail, or living on the street. Probably one of the three. That's what that's what I think. So I'm very thankful for my family. If you had asked me that several years ago, I would have said that I'd be thankful for the congregation of these people. But that's not the case anymore. So, and when all of that happened, my family were the ones that were there for me. So, very much, that's what I'm most thankful for. Let's see. Is stealing to feed a starving child wrong? By the letter of the law, it's wrong. Morally, I would have no problem doing that. So, yes, by the letter of the law, yes, it's breaking the law. It is. You're breaking the law. But would you do it? Without question. What do you want most? Oh God, what do I want most? Oh, well, let's see. This video is long enough, so not just anyone just clicking in is gonna see this. So what I want most is for someone to see the entirety of my being and like it so much that they want to keep it for themselves. That's what I want more than anything else. And I'm not going to discuss that anymore. Let's just move on from that. Let's see. Are you more worried about doing things right or doing the right things? Doing the right things. I don't care if I do something right. I don't give a shit. Oops. Almost said a naughty boo-boo word. But I don't care about doing things right. I care about doing the right things. That's what I care about more than anything else. And I think a lot of that is that I don't have the same fear of failure that I did when I was younger. I think young people have an intense fear of failure. I think that's a big thing. I think that's ingrounded or imprinted upon you when you're in school. Anyway, all right, let's see. What has life taught you recently? Again, just that you can be extremely close to a person, and in one quick shift, all of that can be thrown away. A person that you'd be willing to die for has no problem abandoning you and never speaking to you again for no reason at all. I truly didn't think that kind of stuff was possible. Like, you read that in books and stuff. I have a dog trying to get in my room. Hold on. Let's see. Get over here. My dog's trying to get in my room. He's hearing me talking, and he's like, wait, no. I want to come in. Why can't I come in? This door's shut. Open the door. I'll have to put him on in the video at some point, because he's a hoot. Okay. What is the one thing you most like to change about the world? Judgment. If I could change anything, is to have two people be able to sit from across from each other in a room and not instantly judge that person without being able to figure out who they are and what they are, and then being able to make a determination on that. I think that people just judge way too much. I mean, on whether somebody is a good person or a bad person. I think people judge that way too strict, way too fast, and they always compare it to themselves. What? You're not like me? Then you're bad. Not necessarily. The person that's going through a seizure is not possessed. And it took us how long to figure that out as a human species? So that's what I would wish. Where do you find inspiration? Well, that's an easy one. That's music. Music is where I find inspiration. Flat out. Music. Whenever I'm doing any painting, sculpt, any of that stuff, I put on music. And I'm so receptive to music that depending on the style of music will change the style of my art. So if I listen to something that's kind of like EDM, then my style would be one way. Where if I listen to System of a Down or Slipknot, it'll be different. If I listen to Evanescence, it'll be different. If I listen to very, very dirty, rough backstage jazz, with the bull fiddle, a lot of bass, it'll be completely different. So I think music is what gives me inspiration. In the haste of your daily life, what are you not seeing? That's really interesting because I always ask myself that. So I try to go out of my way, especially when I'm at work. I try to take time out to enjoy something that's small going on around me that I normally would miss. Whether it's going to work early and seeing the sunrise, or before I leave, seeing the sunset. What I've been really enjoying recently are the birds. I will watch the birds. We have a bunch of little quails and, little things that you would completely miss. Here's a relationship goal thing. I saw a bunch of quails and they had a bunch of babies, and I mean probably 25 to 30 babies, and there's maybe 4 or 5 mated pairs of quail, and they were all trying to keep this together. And of this, there's one male that's in there trying to corral them, and this male stops, and they're about halfway across the parking lot. This little male stops, looks around, because I'm watching him like, oh, did he notice that I'm here? And he turns around and he runs across the parking lot. And I'm wondering what he's doing. When he gets to the other side of the parking lot, there's a little brick that goes down to the parking lot from a little bed where some trees are and stuff. And there was a little female that was there and kept wanting to jump down, but she was afraid to do it. And that male ran back over there and stayed with her going up and down until she felt comfortable enough to jump down. Then they both ran to where all the babies were. And that was literally the coolest thing that I have seen. Oh, jeez. Like 5 years, probably. I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. So, yeah. And if I wasn't paying attention to those small things, I would have missed that entirely. And how sad would that have been? Let's see. If life is so short, why do we do so many things we don't like and like so many things we don't do? Because that's how humans work. That's exactly how humans work. I mean, that's an easy one. Why do we do so many things we don't like? Because that's how you survive in this world. You have to do things you don't like. When you tell a kid, no one can tell you no one can tell you to do something that you're uncomfortable with. We all know what the parent's telling their kid and what circumstance they're referring to. But in adult life, you do stuff you don't want to do just because you have to or someone tells you to all the time. That's just how life works. I mean, that's a very dreamer-esque version of life. Is I'm only going to do what I want. No one can tell me what to do. It's like, there's a reason why we all grow out of being a teenager, because the world beats you down in some respects. Let's see. What lifts your spirits when life gets you down? Uh, music. Music is at the top, and honestly, the Three Stooges are right under them. Those two things have saved my life several times. So I'd say both of those. Let's see. Have you ever regretted something you did not say or do? Ever regretted? I just kind of, what your average person does, but there's nothing specifically that I regret or wish that I, had changed. Not really. I try not to have regrets. Has your greatest fear ever come true? Partially. Partially it has, but not fully. So, not all the way there yet. What do you think of others the most when they're gone? Probably how quiet everything is now that they're gone. I'd say that would be the big thing, is realizing how much life they injected, and then when they're gone, how dull everything feels. I'd say that's what I think of. What is your most beloved childhood memory? Oh, jeez. My most beloved childhood memory? That's a hard one. I have a ton of them. I could say that some of my most beloved memories is coming home and having the surprise of a new puppy. Those were some of the best times, surprises on going to certain places on the weekend, and those kind of things. Those kind of surprises. There wasn't a big huge event that is the most amazing thing that happened to me when I was young, at least that I can think of right now. But I think it's more of those general little life surprises. Those are the things that meant most to me when I was little. Is it more important to love or be loved? Can you do one without the other? Can you be loved without truly be loved without loving the person back? And can you truly love someone without being loved back? I don't know. Either one is empty without the other. If you truly love someone, there was nothing there from the other. That kind of sounds like a bad situation. And if you were loved and didn't feel anything for the other, that's not a good situation either. I think I just repeated the same thing twice, but you get what I'm saying. That's how I feel about it anyway. If it all came back around to you, to you, would it help you or hurt you? I have no idea what you mean by that. What do you mean by if it all came back? I mean, if you're talking about all the stuff that I've done personally as a human being, it would help me. I haven't gone out of my way to be a jerk. So, I don't know what that actually is asking. If you had the chance to go back in time and change one thing, would you do it? Yes, there is one thing that if I could go back in time and change, I would. And that is being friends with a particular person. I wish I could go back in time and never be friends with them, because it has damaged me in ways that no one else has been able to do, and it has caused damage that no one will ever be able to fix. So that is one thing I could do. I would go back in time and change. Just that. If a doctor gave you 5 years to live, what would you try to accomplish? I don't know if I'd go out of my way to attempt to really accomplish anything specific. I would just, I'd just do more stuff with myself. I'd do more artwork and those kind of things. I wouldn't worry about work so much. Those kind of things, Just what I kind of think anyone else would do. Let's see. What is the difference between falling in love and being in love? I think being in love is a, is the destination of the journey, and falling in love is the journey. And I think that falling in love with the like if you were falling in love and you know that both of you would be in love at the end, that journey of falling in love would be a absolutely euphoric journey. As long as it ended with both people actually being in love, I think that roller coaster ride would literally be a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I don't even think that most people get to experience the true the true speed of falling in love with somebody. I don't think most people get to feel that. Not genuinely. Okay. What do you think stands between you and happiness? I'd say life and money. Those are the two things that stand in the way. Life because life sucks, and money because you cannot really do much to improve your situation without means to pay your way out of your place where you're at. So I think those are the two big things, and I see. But even with those things, doesn't necessarily make you happy. I don't know what stands between me and happiness. A lot of it is that stands in the way. A lot of it, but I don't think anyone in the world is truly happy. I think that people have flashes of happiness. At least that's what I experience. This is little pockets of happy, but I don't think anyone lives in a bubble of happy unless you're drugged up in some old-fashioned insane asylum where they're pumping you full of happy pills. You know, life isn't a happy place, especially now. Look around. Do you know anyone that's happy right now? That's truly like euphorically happy? No. World sucks. We all know it. We learn it very quickly. What is the difference between innocence and ignorance? Ignorance, I feel, is more like somebody who could or should know better and either doesn't or goes out of their way not to. So the ostrich sticking their head in the sand is ignorant. But the wide-eyed child that's amazed at the crashing waves of the ocean, I think that is innocence in its purest form. That's what I think the difference is. What is the simplest truth you can express in words? What is the simplest truth you can express in words? The simplest, right? Oops. I think I just bumped something. The simplest truth that you can express in words? Not sure exactly what it's asking, but there's a quote by Abraham Lincoln that I really like, and it says that if you want to know the nature of a man, simply give him power. So the simple truth, I guess, is that people are, if you give somebody ultimate power, that they will show their true selves, and it usually isn't good. So I think it's that one. If you want to know the nature of a man, simply give him power. What gives you your life meaning? Oh God, I'm very flattered you think I know what that is. Let's see. Can there be happiness without sadness, pleasure without pain, peace without war? Absolutely, yes to all three. It's just that you won't feel the impact of one or the other without that one or the other. So peace can exist without war, clearly, but you won't feel the gravity of that peace unless you go to war. What is the other examples? Happiness and sadness? Yeah, happiness can be there without sadness, but without sadness in your life, you won't, those pockets of happiness won't shine as brightly to you. And then the last one, pleasure without pain. Well, of course you can have pleasure without pain, but you won't enjoy the pleasure nearly as much if you don't have pain to compare it to. chicken soup for the soul. What's the one thing you'd like others to remember about you at the end of your life? That I tried my best to be myself without letting other people chop up my personality and take out what they personally don't care for. That I'm just me, that I was never fake, I was not put together by a committee. What you see is what you get. That's what I would hope. Is there such a thing as perfect? No, there's not. That's an easy one. And it's stupid to try to attain it. To what degree have you actually controlled the course your life has taken? To what degree have you actually controlled the course your life has taken? I am not a big believer in fate. I think maybe things have been set, but I do think we are not predestined. I think that you do make your choices, and your choices matter. That's just how I feel when it comes to that. I'm not a big proponent of fate. Let's see. If you looked into the heart of your enemy, what do you think you would find that is different from what it is in your own heart? The heart of my enemy? I don't really have an enemy. There's not someone that I would go out of my way to say is my enemy, as in you are my enemy. You are the person that I have marked as being my enemy. No. When I find somebody that I feel that passionate about, I just cut them out. Cut them out of my life. I don't have time for a nemesis. I don't have time for someone that I hate and despise. I don't have time for it. And I'm not going to waste my time on that. There's stuff that I'm going to be upset about, that I'm not going to, the rest of my life think about how I can get back at my enemy. That just sounds stupid. Sounds like all it's going to do is hurt you in the long run. Sorry, the thing resets. I had to find out where I was at. What do you love most about yourself? I like that I find value, and that I find value and joy in things that are, I don't know how to say it where it doesn't sound bad. Things that aren't socially acceptable. And that sounds really bad because everyone's mind jumps to the worst things. But I'm talking about that, like somebody with an odd hair. Take a woman with long hair and shaves half of her head. I can look at that and go, whoa, that is a really interesting person, and look how brave they were just to do that, and they don't care what anyone thinks. I think that that's really cool. Or the person that has, that decides to wear weird contact lenses. Like, good for you. You didn't do what everyone else did. You decided to make yourself stand out as an individual. That's what I like. Or you see a bunch of flowers, and there's that one flower that, if you have a bunch of roses and all the roses grow up, and there's that one that goes off in another direction, it's like, I think that's cool. That one's neat. And I like that I find value in that, instead of, well, this is one that's gone off, let's clip this one let's clip it and get it out of the way. I find joy in that weird one. Honestly, a fantastic example would be, look up Fantasia. I think it's Fantasia 2000, and look up the flamingo yo-yo little scene. And that's it. That is literally what I'm describing right there for you to see. That I find joy in the weird off-the-wall one that doesn't conform and is truly authentically himself, versus all the others that are literally just carbon copies of each other. And let me know what you guys think about that. I'd love to see what you guys think of that. Like, look it up on YouTube and you can find it. That's what I hold, and I look at myself, and it makes me glad that I'm like that. Where would you like to go and why? If we're talking about like a physical location, not like where you'd want to be in life, but if you could go anywhere in the world, some place with a culture that I've never been exposed to before, something like Ireland or China, Japan, South Korea, just literally anywhere that is different from where I am. Africa, Australia, Germany, Iceland, Greenland, Antarctica, all of these places that is different from where I'm at, because I like seeing how people live when it's not how I live. Like, someone in Japan doesn't live how I live. How is your culture different? When I go to a hotel, this is what I have. But what is a pill hotel like? What is that like? You know, that's what I would find interesting. We're all human beings, but in different locations, our lives are so incredibly different. And I would love to experience those differences instead of just filling my around me. I want more than just this. Let's see. Is it more important to do what you love or to love what you do? I aren't those the same thing? Like, is it more important to do what you love or love what you do? I don't know if I'm stupid, but those sound like the exact same thing to me. They sound no different to me at all. Yeah, that one I don't understand. I truly don't understand what the difference is. Which I'm sure says something about me just right there that I can't find the difference. What do you imagine yourself doing 10 years from now? Oh my god. What can I imagine myself doing 10 years from now? Hopefully still putting on this costume. I want to be 80 and still be wearing this costume. I want to be an old LittleDerg. I hope I never lose that. I hope the part of me that's a big part of me that's still the inner child. I hope I never ever lose that. I hope I never ever lose that. And I already forgot what the question was. I already went off on that tangent. Completely missed. Oh, what do I see myself doing 10 years from now? I don't know. I didn't think I'd be doing what I'm doing now in my 32nd year. I didn't think I would be doing what I'm doing now. So I truly have no idea. No idea what I think I'll be doing 10 years from now. Like I say, I know what I'd like to be doing, but everyone knows what they would like to do in 10 years, but let's just be honest, it's probably not going to happen. What small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget? An act of kindness that I was shown that I'll never forget. I don't know. And I'm thinking about not like family, I'm thinking about a total stranger. An act of kindness? Well, the fact that I'm having trouble coming up with one means that probably not much. Act of kindness that I'll never forget. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, it's really bad to say, but I honestly can't think of one. Let's see. What is your happiest childhood memory and what makes it so special? We already had this question, and I couldn't narrow it down to something specific. Do Do you own your things, or do your things own you? That's an interesting one. I say I own my things. I don't think my things own me. I'm not. I'd say at one point they did, because I was desperately trying to surround myself with things that I enjoyed and brought me happiness and comfort to defend myself against other things. But I'd say now at this point in life that I own my things and that they don't own me. I'm seeing some stuff going on in chat, so I'm gonna bring this up and make this. Huh. Yeah, sorry. I don't do sexual messages. You put sexual messages in chat, then yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Think he's reading them? Yes, I am reading them off the internet. Oh, Blitz, you did show. Oh, good. I'm so glad you showed. I'm just going through real quick, making sure. Oh, okay. Yep. So I'm just in case you're just popping in, I'm reading questions off a list called The Bucket List Journey. It's 365 deep, thought-provoking questions to ask yourself. And we're on 83 is where we're at. Would you rather lose all of your old memories or never be able to make new ones? I'd rather never be able to make new ones, because if you lose all your memories, then you're not going to be the same person. If you were to clone me at, say, I don't know, maybe 3 years old, there's stuff that I did in my childhood that maybe the other version wouldn't do, and we'd be two completely different people. So I like who I am now, and I had to go through all of that to get here. And if I didn't go through all of that, I might be someone completely different, but I don't think I would be any more happy. So I like where I'm at, and I don't really want to roll the dice on changing it, because it's probably only going to get worse. How do you deal with someone in a position of power who wants you to fail? There's a, not to go all religious on all of you, but there's a scripture called, you recognize that a tree is recognized by the fruit it bears. And it is a hard, long, painful road, but if someone in power wants me to fail, I just keep doing my own thing, and I keep my mouth shut. Unless it's something specifically that needs to be addressed. But otherwise, I just do my own thing, and I don't badmouth them or complain to other employees about them or anything like that. I simply just keep on doing my stuff, and they will hang themselves eventually. And that is worth all the time waiting when you finally see them dance at the end of the rope. And it's like, that's how you do that. That's how you handle that. Let's see. What do you have that you cannot live without? What do I have that I can't live without? I'm assuming we're going to talk, this is like a physical thing. So it's like, well, my family. I couldn't live without my family. But if we're talking something I can't live without, I'd say it would be the something I couldn't live without. Honestly, would be the ability to communicate. If I couldn't communicate with other people, if I was blind, deaf, and I couldn't speak, and I wouldn't have a way to communicate, I would rather not be alive at that point. Like You know, you take someone like Helen Keller, that's, I mean, mm-mm. Nope, couldn't do that. Glad that she was able to do that, and the movie Miracle Worker is absolutely amazing. But it's, yeah, I would, I don't think I could do it. Let's see. When you close your eyes, what do you see? I see darkness, but if I squint really hard, you see a light show. Oh, which isn't good. That means that you're closing your eyes so hard that the blood vessels are doing stuff. But yeah, when you close your eyes, what do you see? Darkness, and then if you squint, you see a light show. That was a funny one. What sustains you on a daily basis? Oh God, music. Music, 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 music. If I am not playing a game, watching a movie, or sleeping, if I'm walking around, I either have my V-Moda head. Oh, my V-Modas are. Oh, there's the case for them. I'll have my V-Moda headphones on, or I'll have my little earbuds on. This is a little cheapo thing, but I will always have something like that in, and I will be listening to music, or I might be listening to a podcast or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to find me with those on, and I'll be listening to music. So that is what sustains me. There we go. Okay, what are your top 5 personal values? My top 5 personal values. Loyalty would be the absolute number 1 top. Would be loyalty. Trustworthiness. Being caring. Being caring and kind. Being empathetic. I think that being kind and being empathetic are two different things. And probably gratitude would be the other one. To be able to be thankful for what someone else has done for you. I'd say that. Get some more. Woo! Got people in chat now. Let's see, is this way? Aw. Is that someone talking to Iris? Yeah, that was nice. Must have passed me. Someone? What? Guess that one. I don't know what that is. Banhammer? I mean, if you want me to ban you, I guess I can. I don't know why you would want me to. Okay, well, in case there was a question about that, I don't like sexual messages in my chat. So if you're confused as to why I canceled that out, I don't tolerate that kind of nonsense. If you want to do sexual chatting, there's places all over the internet where you can do that. Keep that garbage out of my chat. As a matter of fact, let's see. I want to see if I can do something. Doesn't look like I can. Oh well. Still not used to doing all of that. Okay, so anyway, we got that passed. That was a little bit of drama there. Alright, moving on. Why must you love someone enough to let them go? I don't know what the context of that situation is. That is a trope in movies and books that I've always found infuriating and ridiculous, is where 2 people love each other and one person goes, yeah, but I can't, I'm not good for you. Like, oh, shut the hell up. Like, Yeah, that has always been infuriating to me. I love you so much that I have to let you go. Oh, get over it. That is so stupid. I don't know one situation where two people love each other and they have to like I have to let you go. The only thing I can think of would be, death. That if the person passed away, then okay, then you'd have to let them go, and that would be excruciatingly difficult, and you would never truly let them go. That's how I feel about it. But there's no situation, and if there is someone that I loved more than anything, and they loved me back, I can't think of one situation where I would let them go because I love them so much. I don't know what that would be. I can't even begin to imagine what that would be. Let's see. Do you ever? I have no idea. I think that might be a. Do you ever celebrate the green lights? I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. What personal prisons have you built out of fears? I would say a lot of my artwork. I have a fear that my next piece isn't going to be good, or that I've lost my ability to do these things, and then I will think about these wonderful things that I want to do, and then I don't do them because I'm afraid that it's going to come out like garbage. So, but I try to attack those. So, um, something I'd like to do next week is I would like to do. Maybe I should do it as a live stream. Kind of whatever you guys think. I want to paint. I want to paint some shoes. I got some white shoes. I just got them off Amazon, $20, and they're complete white. And I want to paint them up and do some different things. And yeah, so that's kind of exciting. I kind of like that. I was thinking maybe, I don't know. I truly do not know what I should do as a theme. I don't know if I should, have it be a dragon, if I should have a dragon on there, or if I should do like a Slipknot theme, or if I should do, I just, so many ideas that, well, what I should do is I should write them down and just draw them out of a hat. That's what I should do. There we go. When you can't make a decision, just random. There you go. So glad I said that. Thank you so much for helping. That's great. Right? What one thing have you not done that you really want to do? The one thing I haven't done that I really want to do. Well, if it's anything, it would be to fall in genuine love with another person. That's what it would be. Why are you you? The same reason I'm me is the same reason that you're you. Our experiences and situations in life. And most of it is, you start off with a bunch of ingredients, but how those ingredients get mixed together don't all necessarily make the exact same thing at the end. So, it's kind of an interesting question. Let's see. If you haven't achieved it yet, what do you have to lose? Everything. If you haven't achieved it, what do you have to lose? Everything you put in an attempt to achieve it. We'll use schooling as an example. I haven't achieved a associate's or bachelor's or master's degree in any kind of medical field, and I would love to do that. What do I have to lose? How about hundreds of thousands of dollars that isn't mine, that belongs to the government, that I have to pay back with interest? So I have a lot to lose. So yeah, I'd love to say that there's nothing to lose, but there, in any situation, there's always something for you to lose. Can you tell I'm a pessimist yet? I think it's becoming more and more clear. Oh, woo! We got some more. Let's see. I wonder if you would visit Scotland one day. Oh man, I'd love to go to Scotland. Oh, I'd love to go there. Oh, That sounds. It's one of the most gorgeous places on planet Earth. I would love to go see it. Oh, I'm so envious, Shadow. If you live in Scotland, I am so envious of you. Oh, what a glorious place. Let's see. Oh, hey, Shadow Brony. You showed up, Shadow Brony. Oh, I missed talking to you. Let's see. Also, I don't think there is a clear way to talk about the Mandela effect because it can describe different, couldn't it? The Mandela effect. Or are we talking about chaos theory, the butterfly effect? Um, I'm not sure. So someone put that down because I'm not particularly sure. Wait, that's disgusting. Let's see. Prob if you were like a hitman. I don't know what that means. That's the only reason. I see letting go. Oh, I see. If you were like a hitman. Okay. Fair enough. See, I didn't even think of that. You did. So, and you're true. That's a situation in which you'd have to let someone go. If you were like in the military, it's truly a good point. If I was in the military or if I was like a detective and but I'm like an undercover operative, I would I but see I wouldn't let my significant other go. I would let all of that go. Like if I was a hitman, I would get out of that line of work. But seriously, if the stuff I'm saying sounds so weird, off the wall, cheesy, or opposite, which you would choose, look up the Bragg Myers personality type INFJ, and that I have taken this test professionally several times. I've done it on my own. I have always come out as an INFJ, and literally, it explains me to a T. So look it up. Just go on Google and put down 16 personalities test, and it should be the first one. It's kind of a long test, but you should take it 3 times at different times in the day, and whichever one you get most, that one is probably your true personality type, and read up on it. It's I think it's a really good tool to help get to know yourself, know what you can do to make yourself happier, and if you're in a relationship, have your partner take that same test, and honestly, it'll help show you how they think. And even on the site, you can put in, I am this, my significant other is this, and it'll teach you how to communicate better in a romantic sense, in an everyday sense, in hobbies. What can you do that would mean something to this person, vice versa? And yeah, I think it's an amazing tool. It really helped open my eyes. Oh, the boopster. Boopster has to go. Oh, see you. Take care. You'd love to go to New York City. Plushie, you like to go to New York City. I've never been. I'd like to go, but I'd have to go in a group of people because I can already feel myself becoming claustrophobic thinking of how dense everyone's packed in. I live in Scotland and it's so beautiful here in the Highlands. Well, I mean, there's a reason why when everyone watches Lord of the Rings, granted that was New Zealand, but people think of those kind of Nordic countries for sure. Yeah, Shadow Brony, I'm with you. I am super envious of that. Super envious. So, something else that goes along with our questions, Shadow. What you should do is every day, like try this, every day for the next week, stop and acknowledge and enjoy something that you see every day that you don't think that the others of us would enjoy. And kind of, I don't know if it's, you get up and it's raining and everything's green. Or, maybe it's an overcast day and it gives you like a Viking vibe or something. Like take a moment to enjoy something that is mundane to you that everyone else over here on this side that isn't in Scotland would enjoy. Even if it's how a person speaks or how a person carries themselves. Just little things. Like seriously, for the next week, pick those out and really give it a few seconds to actually focus on it. And I'd love to see how you feel at the end of the week. If you feel just a tad bit more fulfilled or content. That's an interesting experiment. I'd like to do that for sure. Okay, let's see. What 3 words would you use to describe the last 3 months of your life? Oh, repetitive, frustrating, definitely that, and safe, I think would be the other one. So it is repetitive because life is repetitive. It's the same thing, especially as you get older. It's the same thing over and over. Frustrating because the work I do is frustrating, and my boss is one of the most frustrating people I've ever met. And safe would be the other one because I got out of a really bad living situation, and I'm now in a place where I'm closer to a family, and I don't have to worry about being kicked out on the street. So that has been a really big change that has been a good thing. Okay, I already answered that one. Sometimes it's jumping. I think it's the ads that are changing. There we go. Is it ever right to do the wrong thing? Is it ever wrong to do the right thing? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely to both of those, because it's missing the C word, context. So is it ever right to do the wrong thing? Yeah, stealing is wrong, but if you are destitute and your child was starving, feeding your child is the right thing to do. Hopefully you don't have to get to that point because there's hopefully other avenues that you can go through to get things. Is it wrong to do the right thing? Absolutely. I think there's times where the right thing is morally wrong. I can't think of a situation, but I'm sure that there's situations like that, because I think that context matters more than right and wrong, because right and wrong is only appropriate in the context of the person viewing the situation. So we'll take that situation of me having a significant other that I love more than anything, and I leave my job and my career to be with that person. To me, that's the right thing, and to give all of that up is right. To someone else with a different personality, they may think, no, you were doing more good as a police officer, or those kind of things. You should have let this one person go to save the many. So I think that all depends on the person who's being asked the question, which is 90% of these are like that, but still, you get what I'm saying. How would you describe freedom in your own words? Oh my God. How would you describe freedom? I'd say I would describe freedom as being able to do your heart's desire that does not impact or harm another person without someone standing in your way because of personal bias. Just because they don't like something. I think let's take something stupid. Let's take hair. So I think freedom would be the ability to cut half of your hair off and dye the rest neon purple without someone stopping you just because they personally don't feel that that's appropriate. I think that's what freedom is. And that's just a stupid aspect. Take that into the big the big things. I think that is what freedom is. At least that's to me. But that's just I'm just a LittleDerg, so I don't have much pull behind those words. That's just what I think. What is the most important thing you can do right now in your personal life? Be you. Be you. Be yourself. Like, truly be yourself. Not what other people want you to be. Just be yourself. And if it's enough, great. If it's not enough, that's fine too. If I'm not enough for this person, that's fine. But then don't follow me around and poke me and tell me about how much that I'm not, you know, if I'm not enough for you, then leave. But don't poke me for the next 10 years and tell me about how I'm not enough for you. Because at that point, that's pretty gross. If you could ask one person, dead or alive, only one question, who would you ask and what would you ask? I don't know. I wouldn't want to ask. I'd want to tell somebody something, not ask them. Man. Someone living or dead, and I could ask them a question. What would it be? I don't know. I don't know about asking a question. I know what I would like to tell somebody that was dead. But I don't know. I don't know what question I would ask. That's living or dead. I don't know. That one would be, I'd have to think way harder on that. If happiness was the national currency, what kind of work would make you rich? Okay. Well, it'd be in the medical field. That's what I would want to do. I mean, just kind of what I'm doing now, only I'd want to do more stuff with patients. Like, if happiness was currency, then bringing someone in who has something wrong with them and they're scared because they don't know what it is or what's going to happen, and me being able to answer those questions, treat that person and see them get better, I don't know anything better than that. Having a woman come in and, you know, has a rash. She's afraid that this might be a sign of cancer or something like that. And me being able to bring those fears back down and treat that person and to heal them. I don't know anything that's more fulfilling. But again, that's an INFJ talking. So that's a weird one. Male INFJs are 0.01% of the population. So we're very weird, we're very odd, and we're very rare. So actually, at some point, I should, man, I'd love to do an interview with a psychologist who wants to ask questions about an INFJ to get what they think. That would be interesting too. Oops, hit the wrong button. Oh no, hit the wrong button. Sorry. There it is. Check the chat. See what's going on. What you guys talking about? Let's see. Like, if anything, I would totally recommend Scotland to anyone as a place to visit because I've been half over Scotland and I say I've learned a lot. Oh, that's cool. What would you do if the pandemic was over? What would I do if the pandemic was over? Well, I'd hang out with Adrian and Renisha. Those are my two best friends. We'd probably go to a pub. That'd be fun. We probably would go to a couple of places. There's an Irish pub that's in a city that's over, and it's amazing. You always have live Irish music, and oh god, we would totally do that. I'd like to get the hell out of this town. That's what I'd like to do. Which in June I'll be doing anyway. I'll be leaving this town in June for a few days, and so I'll still put up. Ooh, that might be hard to put up videos because where I'm going only has internet in certain places. Well, we'll do something, and I can kind of show you guys where I'm at. I'll be going to the capital of the state, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun. But why did you change the channel from Blackout back to the LittleDerg? So just because I wasn't doing vlogs very specifically, and I didn't know how to keep going with the uh, with the Viking theme. And to be honest, I didn't want the Viking theme when I started doing it. I like the dragon. I like the dragon. The dragon's very special to me. Very special, the dragon is. So that's why I changed it back. Okay. What is your number one goal for the next 6 months? My number one goal? Not eat meat for 6 months. That's definitely my number one goal right now. That's feasible. What would you ever give up your life? Let's see. Would you ever give up your life to save someone else? Yeah, that's easy. That's an easy yes. Are you happy with yourself? I'm not happy with myself, but I'm getting there. What is the meaning of peace to you? The absence of conflict. That's what peace means to me. Is that there's no conflict. That we are able to exist together without having a complication that results in some kind of conflict, a negative conflict, not like a debate, but like a negative conflict, like fighting or arguing, that kind of stuff. Uh-oh, I bumped something. What does it mean to allow another person to truly love you? Oh my God. Holy crap. What does it mean to allow another person to truly love you? I honestly have no clue how to begin to formulate an answer to that question. Because I have no idea. Because I have never, ever let someone get close enough to fall in love with me. Ever. Not ever, ever, ever. But that's, to be fair, there's a reason. The reason behind that is because I have to be friends with a person first. I have to be your friend. I have to be, we have to be around each other, those kind of things. I don't understand how people can see someone from across the aisle and start dating. That just, I know people do it. There's an ex-friend of mine that did that. Totally fine. I just can't mentally wrap my head around how you do that. I just met you and we're jumping from friend, or we'll be a friend for like a month and then go to, well, not even a month, maybe as soon as I meet you and we just start dating. I don't know how you can mentally do that, but that's my head though, and we have already established my head's weird. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it means to allow someone to fall in love with me. I don't know. I only have two friends on this earth, and I've never gotten to the point to where I was allowing someone to get to know the deeper parts of me because I was starting to fall for them and they wanted to fall in love with me. No idea what that's about. I would like that more than anything, but I have no idea what that's about. Who or what do you think of when you think of love? Oh, God. When I think of love, I think of a red rose with big thorns. That's what I think of. That's exactly what I think of. I think that it's the perfect representation. I think that love starts out very small, very unassuming. When you look the bud of a rose, it's not very amazing looking. It's this green little upside down, or this green little teardrop. It's not, it's not particularly interesting. And as it starts to open up, as soon as the rose starts to open, as it opens, it just gets more and more beautiful, more and more and more and more and more. And even after a length amount of time, if the rose is taken care of, it will still look amazing. Even when it's dried, the rose can still be an incredibly beautiful, wonderful thing if you're going to put in the work to take care of it. Because if you just have a rose and you just leave it out, it will eventually lose all of its petals and it'll dry out and you'll have to throw it away. But if you do all of the work, then you can make it look wonderful and beautiful. It changes, it's not the same, but it's wonderful and beautiful for decades and decades and decades to come. And it's dangerous because those thorns are not nice. But if you're willing to dive in and risk the pain, you can have a beauty that's eternal that very few people truly get to possess. So, what do you think about that answer? Was that a good answer? It feels like it was a good answer. If your life was a novel, what would be the title and how would your story end? If my life was a novel, what would the title be? No idea. I have no idea. No idea. I have no idea. And how would it end? Well, I know how I'd like it to end, and that's happily ever after. That's how I'd like it to end. But the happily ever after only happens in fairy tales, unfortunately. What would you not give up for $1 million in cash? What would I not give up? My stuffed dragon, number one. My dragon costume, number two. Any of my memories. There's a lot of things I wouldn't give up even for $1 million. There's a lot of things I wouldn't give up. So that's actually an easy one. Lots of things I wouldn't. Let's see. When do you feel most like yourself? Oh my God, that's a good one too. I feel the most like myself when I have had a couple of drinks and I am with friends and I am making them laugh and I am becoming a little bit more outgoing and comfortable. That's when I feel most like myself, and when I can dress how I feel. So when I can wear, Five Nights at Freddy's shirt instead of putting on a suit and tie for no reason, but I feel more like myself. So when I'm able to wear things that project how I feel inside, and I'm not including this. My dragon is a character that I love and adore, but he's not like me inside. There's parts of him, like he was obviously based off of myself. So as a child, that's all I had access to. Let's see. When you help someone, do you ever think, what's in it for me? Only at work. Only at work do I think that. And I think that rarely. Most of the time, that is when I am doing that with somebody who is either extremely critical or, like my boss, just does not regard anything I have to say with any kind of importance unless something bad has happened. Then I'm the first person that's run to please fix it, and then I fix it. That's when I'm thinking, what's in it for me? How can this situation help me in the future? Which is not a frame of mind that I like. I don't like trying to help people with an ulterior motive, but when I have zero trust and I have no loyalty for this person and I've been stabbed in the back by them several times, and when I do this, I am thinking, how can this help me going forward? Which is kind of a cynical thing, but it is what it is. What is your greatest challenge? My greatest challenge is not letting other people manipulate me into doing things that I want to do, or to manipulate me into trying to trick myself into not wanting to do things that I want to do. That makes sense? Hopefully. How do you know when it's time to continue holding on or time to let go? When it does more harm than anything else. If all it does is it's hurting more than anything else, then it's time to let it go. If you can, there's situations where you can't just let stuff go. When if your job is doing more harm than good, then, when some people might say, well, just quit your job then. Realistically, you can't just quit your job and throw it to the wind. Like, I'm sorry, that's just not how that works. Some people do, and that's a lot of the reason why then you start have to couch surfing, or you might become homeless. You can't just say, nah, I don't want to do this anymore, throw it away. I wish we could, but that's just not how the world works, unfortunately. Let's see. I'm back on the chat for a minute. Honestly, I'd rather be in Scotland. Seems you just said it was cheap, or Norway, or just anywhere else that's better living than the U.S. right now. I tend to agree. Tend to agree for sure. Money isn't really that important to me. I just want to make stuff for entertainment. Oh, plushie. Yeah, you should. You should. Well, obviously you have a YouTube channel. Beauty of Scotland for one. Oh, heck yes. Okay. All right, just popping in real quick. All right. How do you define success? How do you define success? Well, if we're talking about when I see someone and I look at them as successful, I think of the guy with a wife, a couple kids, and the whole white picket fence thing. I look at him as he was successful. He did his thing. He's able to support his family. He's able to have a family, and he's able to support and protect his family. That is a successful person, in my opinion. You can look at a brain surgeon might be successful in school, but he might be doing all of that, have to go home to an empty house every night, and it's not what he wants. So to him, to the outside, we would say he's a very successful person, but he may not feel that way. Another one where there's context to it. If someone could tell you the exact time and day you were going to die, would you want them to tell you? Oh, that's a good one. A little Death Note thing. Yeah, I would. I'd want to know. I'd want to know the exact date and time that I was going to die. Goes back to that ignorance is bliss thing. I'd like to know how much time I had left. Yeah, if I had to pick one or the other. But I'd want to know, but I wouldn't mind not knowing either. Either one would be fine. That doesn't matter too much to me. What have you read online recently that inspired you? Oh God, that I read online that inspired me? I don't do a bunch of reading online. I don't do a whole bunch of Twitter and Facebook and all of that stuff, as a lot of you guys know. So I haven't really read anything online that would inspire me. not inspire me. Why do religions that advocate unity divide the human race? Okay, alright. Got an answer for this one. So let's do this again. Why do religions that advocate unity divide the human race? Because religion, unfortunately, has a very common byproduct of making people feel like it's us versus them. We are in this religion, these people are not, therefore we are separate. We are God's chosen people, therefore we are above them. And the byproduct is very few people remain humble. It's very easy to become superior, and you feel superior because you have power. And the first thing that I'm literally telling you from 10 years of experience, and I am an ordained minister, so I do know some stuff about the Bible. I'm not, a theologian by any means, but when a religious person, just your regular person, when they are, been baptized or been in whatever the religion is for a specific amount of time, they feel like they have power over the Joe Schmo that isn't sitting next to them. And the first thing a religious person does when they have that kind of power is judge the people on the outside of the building. That is the first thing that has happened, and I have not seen anything really different in the 10 years in the congregation that I'm at. I was there for 10 years. I was the shiny new toy until I was told that I should be doing X, Y, and Z. Why aren't you doing X, Y, and Z? And it's not that I was going out and doing, bad or inappropriate things. It's just that I wasn't doing all this stuff. Like, I wasn't an elder. I wasn't a servant that's halfway between your regular publisher and an elder. I wasn't doing what they thought I should be doing. And after 10 years of my dedication, it was worth nothing. And I have been labeled as dangerous association because I question everything. So if someone says, that's how I am. I'm going to question things. If something doesn't make sense, I'm going to say it doesn't make sense. Can you explain that to me? And if you can't explain it to me, that doesn't mean I'm evil. If you say something wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. So if you are saying that the sky is green, I'm going to raise my hand and disagree with you. Like, no, the sky is blue. And in religion, if you do that, then that kind of dissent is not tolerated and it needs to be squashed. And that's a lot of my experience, unfortunately. I think I got some sun coming through. Sun, go away. So that's why I think it divides. Because a lot of people start to feel superior and feel like they can judge other people. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of people that have literally told me that they feel that they have the authority to judge me. Even though we're told not to judge our fellow man, but apparently they feel that they get a special pass because, I don't know, Jesus or something. Okay. Wait, I think I missed one. Nope, there we go. What can money not buy? Money can't buy true love. Everyone says happiness. I'm going to say true love. Can't buy that. And if you try, it will not work. It will just get bad. Sorry, I got sun coming in, and I don't like sun coming into my room. Get out! Ah. Here's it. Oh, looks like Shadow, I think, wants to do something. Let's see. Here's a question. Would you Derg? Let's see. Here's a question. Would you Derg, or anyone else here, would you use a death note? Give me a second. Just a second now. Give me a moment. Mean one of those? A death note? Let's see. There's a name written in here. Lind L. Taylor. Anyway, interesting you said that, because I have a death note. Actually, I've already seen the anime all the way through, but my grandmother actually found it fascinating, so now she's watching it. So, that's pretty cool. But would I use a death note? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go out of my way to kill another person, because that would me be judging them that they're worthy of death, and I am no person to be judging whether someone should live or die. I absolutely have no right to be doing that. Just Foxen. Write me in it. Oh gosh. The sky is green. What are you talking about? Hey, I'm actually colorblind. Don't mess with me. Didn't watch the anime. I watched the movie. Ugh. I'm sorry you watched the movie. You shouldn't have watched the movie. That's disgusting. Oh. Wait, what? Ah! Chat, who's in the wrong place? Aw, Plushie, you've subscribed to me? Well, thank you. That's so very nice. So very sweet. Let's see. If someone gave up on life and there was no return, what would you say to them? That's an interesting one. I've already been there. I already know what I would say, and don't really want to say that one again. That one, yeah, that was a scary one. Let's see. Money isn't really important. Oh, there we go. I forgot to tell you, I finished the review by ER. It was amazing. Oh, good. Good, Blitz. I'm so glad you watched that. He makes some edgy jokes, but people get their tails in a knot over it. They need to get over it. The guy's just messing around. Sometimes with inappropriate stuff, mind you, but that's what he does. But yeah, I think it was an incredible three-part review. Very specific and honest. Not someone. Nice, blah. See, I'm not a big anime person, but I have watched some JoJo. If you like JoJo and you want something that's more grounded, something that's more gritty and suspenseful, you should check out Death Note. It's free on Netflix, so you can give it a watch. Watch episode 1 and episode 2. If it hasn't gotten you and hasn't piqued your interest by the end of episode 2, it's probably not your thing. Been subscribed since like 1K subs, I think. I'm not sure. Just foxing. Hey, so yeah, so you've been here through some of the journey for sure. Just put a like on this video just because you inspire me to continue with YouTube. Aw, well that's good. What's it like being a furry? Well, I'm not a member of the furry fandom anymore. I was in it for a while. In a weird way, it's kind of like how religion is. It was interesting. A lot of it was depressing to see how people would do the tribal thing. There were literally when I was really involved, like thinking about going to conventions, there was some meetups and some little minor convention things that would not allow anyone with a dragon character, and it was like, well, why is that? Well, because they're not realistic. And it's like, your 6 foot tall bipedal raccoon is realistic? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, good. Sorry, apparently my battery's low. I'm glad I saw it though. So we need to get that. I might have to flip you. Flip. Oh, nope. Sorry. Woo! You guys going for a ride. No, it's just flipping me upside down. Okay, well, let's see. Plug it in, plug it in. Everyone still there? Okay. Plugging you in. Are you plugged in? Yes, everyone's plugged in. Alright. I got you really close because I gotta move my little. Gotta move my setup. Whoop! You know what? You're gonna have to go right there. Oh, ah! Sorry, fellas. What am I gonna do? It's too bright behind me. It's whiting me out. I'm gonna have to flip where I'm sitting. So, give me 2 shakes and a twist. And a twist. What a twist. Oh no, my phone. I got it. Okay. Now. Can't tell if that's going to work or if it's going to move. Make up your mind. Oh, I got a better idea. Let's do this. Sorry, it's really hard to do this and I can't see super well. There we go. How's this look, guys? Let me see if that looks okay. My little blind dragon. He's an old boy. Whoa. There. I think that looks good. I need something like that. That's good right there, I think. I think that's good. Is it good? Is that good? Yeah. Kind of went all over the place, huh? But I think this will work. It's okay. We're going to do this for just a little bit longer. Whoa, it's getting pretty late, actually. Let's do 3 more. 3 more questions. Okay? 3 more. Okay. Let's look for 3 really good questions. Okay, here's a good one. Is it possible to know the truth without challenging it first? Absolutely, in my opinion, absolutely not. The truth is subjective, unless it's like 2 and 2 equals 4. But even that is subjective, because how do you know that 2 and 2 is 4? 2 and 2 is 4 because you can try everything else and you won't get 4. So I think that the truth needs to be challenged, because all it does is it shows how much more truthful your truth is when it's challenged. So I think it's important to always challenge what you think, what you feel. I think all that's important. Oh, let's see. Some of these are getting kind of like one of them was talking about, if you made a commercial, what would it be? And it's like, come on, let's get back to it. Let's see. How have you changed in the last 5 years? I think that I've gotten a lot more closed off. I'm not nearly as open with people as I was. In the past 5 years, I've made... Actually, that's not fair. It was a lot earlier than that. But I think that's the biggest thing that's changed, is that I don't trust the people that I used to trust, because they all have changed. They're not nearly what they were, and they changed and left me behind. And so that has taught me that I can't really trust anybody without a significant amount of time to prove that they can be trusted. Let's see. What's going to be the last big question? Let's see. Here's a good one. How many of your friends would you trust with your life? All of them. Because I only have 2. And they are those 2 friends because they would. There's another person that I would have put there because I gladly would have trusted them with my life. But a situation happened where they got what they wanted, and I was just a placeholder until they got what they wanted. And once they did, then I wasn't necessary anymore. So, yeah, and that situation has colored my worldview in a way that will never be undone. And as depressing as that sounds, I think it's a protection for myself, because now I will expect people to betray and backstab. And when you expect it, you can arm yourself for it. And so I think that that's important. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. That's what I think. All right, let's see if you guys have anything closing for in the chat before we bring this guy to a close here. Let's see. What do you think? What do you think all the furry memes? I mean, what I think of them? Oh, I think the furry memes are fine. I think they're funny. But again, I'm not a member of the furry fandom. I'm not. I have a video where I talked about that. Check that video out. And it says, I think it's called "We Need to Have a Little Chat," something like that. But no, I just don't. I don't have a high opinion of them because of things that's happened in my life. From them, that they've shown me that they're not trustworthy, and there's something to be very careful with. I'm a deeply loyal person, and things in the furry fandom, let's just say, seem that when you want something, you can get it very easily, and no one puts any. There's no importance to it anymore, and so that's just how I feel, and it's just not a place that I feel welcome or comfortable at all. Let's see. To be honest, I would like to see Zareth on TV one day. Actually, I did do a TV appearance. Not as Zareth, but I have been on TV before. Let's see. I couldn't see much of the live stream, but I'm glad to have made it. Well, that's okay. You can always see the live stream because it'll be uploaded and everyone can see it, so it's all good. I had fun being here, and I hope everyone stays healthy. Yes, take precautions. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. There's a little meme of a fox that's cutting jalapenos and washing his hands, and it says, "Wash your hands like you just caught jalapenos," and I won't finish the rest of it because it's not safe for work. But it was funny as hell, and I showed a coworker that, and so in the break room we have a picture of it, and people commented about it. It's pretty funny. Oops, wrong area. Okay, let's see. How do you get your mind off things like everyday struggles? Music. Gaming is good too, but for me, music means more. A lot of times I will play games with music going on in the background. A game that I've been playing, and let me know if we should do like a live stream or if you guys would like to see it. I've been playing Code Vein, and I do have a soft spot for anime, so it was really cool. You can make characters, they give you so much, and I'm shocked that all this wasn't gated off and you had to pay for all these, hats and different accessories and stuff. But it is really, really cool. So yeah, I might have to do some live streaming of Code Vein. That would be nice. All right. I'm glad you could have made it for the stream. Yeah, me too. I'm glad that he was able to make it. Listens to music. Oh yeah, definitely. And I listen to all kinds. I'll listen to Slipknot, and then I might want to listen to some Beethoven and Mozart. May want to listen to some System of a Down. May want to listen to some Eminem. Might want to listen to Viking instrumental. Maybe I want to listen to some of the Asian drums style. There's just music in general is something I hold on to. Same, to be honest. Thanks for answering. Of course. Yes, I am absolutely a music distractor. You definitely got that. Alright. Always wear a face mask, wash your hands, and stay safe out there. Absolutely. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for coming and joining in. And maybe we'll do a Code Vein live stream next week. Not sure. But anyway, you guys stay safe. Have a fantastic evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.